Bante, my question is, all this while, I had a lot of this problem with this the story of this Devadatta.
The story of what?
Devadatta.
Devadatta.
Very difficult for me to reconcile the actions of Devadatta and his so-called psychic power and all these things. So I was thinking all this while, if Devadatta had sort of achieved such a highly developed stage of this psychic power, so he must have sort of attained maybe up to fourth jhanas or whatever, isn't it?
Yes.
So you were saying that with fourth jhanas and all this, you get wisdom and you reach the stage of anagami, sakadagami, sotapan, all these things. So, and then only lately I discovered that it's not necessary even when you reach the stage of fourth jhana that you are sotapang or anagami, because if you are anagami or sotapang or sakadagami, you won't commit those sort of hideous act, isn't it? So you can achieve fourth jhanas, but then you have no wisdom and you are still not even a sotapang. So I'm quite confused by what you were saying just now.
Just now I said you have to be careful. What type of wisdom are you talking about? There are some people who are very crooked. They are very smart, very smart, but they are smart in the wrong way. So you see, during the Buddha's time, there were a few thousand arahants. Okay, how many of them were like Devadatta? How many Devadattas were there? Only one. Yeah. Out of a few thousand, you have one bad egg. It's not surprising, You see, the Americans, they take so much trouble to make a rocket because they're spending millions and millions of dollars on that rocket. And they want to launch their rocket maybe to go to Mars or Venus or something. And they make it with so many, so many safety features. For example, they make it such that if one circuit fails, then they have backup, maybe another 8 or 9 circuits. In case one fails, you trip to another one. If this one fails, you trip to another. In spite of all that, they make everything so perfect. Sometimes when they launch their rocket, boom, explode. And they get so disappointed, they scratch their head. How come we made it so perfect? So in the same way, the Buddha said, he explains the Dhamma to his disciples. He shows them the way. But it doesn't guarantee that all of them become arahants. He said, why? The Buddha gave a simile. Suppose now, you are from Kajang. Okay? Say if you are from Kajang. So I ask you the way to a certain kampung in Kajang. You know the way, yeah? You are very familiar with the way. Then you explain. You go by this road, then you turn left. After a while, you turn right. And then you see this sign, and then you turn here, and then you end up in that kampung. Okay? Now, then you ask 10 people. You give them all this direction. You ask them to walk. Will all 10 of them reach that kampung? No, Why? They are all different, Yeah? So the Buddha said, in the same way, I teach the Dhamma, I show them the path so clearly, And it doesn't mean all of them will reach that Nibbana. So, out of a few thousand arahants, you only have one Devadatta. I think the success rate is very good already. You see, why does a person like Mahathera appear? Ask yourself. Mahathera is in the 6th heaven above the human, It's in the sensual heavens, the highest sensual heaven, where their blessings is so great that whatever they wish for, they just think about it, it appears. They want a beautiful girlfriend, just think about it, it appears. They want to eat anything, they think about it, it appears. And such a high deva, how come he can become a Mara? Same like this lah. I say, how come a person cultivates 4 jhanas can become have no wisdom? He has wisdom, but his wisdom is in the wrong direction. This person, Mahathera, must have been a person who practiced the spiritual path, who meditated, who cultivated maybe ascetic practices, and did sila, practice sila, dana, everything. So because of such great blessings that he's born in such a high heaven, even higher than Sakadeva Raja. But he made one mistake. He wasn't careful enough to cut the ego. I'm sure many of you, if you practice Vipassana meditation, I'm sure you know many people practice Vipassana meditation after many years. You think they have wisdom, their ego so big. That's not. Some of them. Why? They're supposed to be practicing wisdom. How come their ego so big? How come their temper so big? But they are supposed to practice wisdom, no wisdom. You know, isn't it? I don't have to tell you, you know very clearly there are many people who practice meditation, ego becomes so big.